どうも、ジャパニーズリストリームをご覧の皆様、機会変わりまして、私、抱負が務めさせていただきます。次のゲームが、オクトパストラベラー2、ソロトラベラービッドウォーとなっております。解説の方、いらしておりません。お力添えをよろしくお願いいたします。で、全く知らないわけじゃないんですよ。8人主人公いて、これ多分、ビッドで1人選んで、そのキャラクターのストーリーをクリアするってことですよね。で、ビッドを確認したいね。
We'd like to give a quick shout out to our merch
見たところ、
Tantrum Merch is excited to partner with RPG Limit Break for the first time to launch an exclusive merch collection.
今の調子やと、オズワルドですかね。
A cozy blanket, a sleek journal, an enamel pin, and more. Plus, for the first time, our very own real-life Mimi plush with an opening lid to store your treasures. From bold graphics to heartfelt designs, $5 from every sale, excluding for the Mimi plush, goes directly to charity. Explore the full collection at tantrummerch.com. That's TANTRUMMERCH.com/RPG Limit Break and help make a difference.
ソロトラベラー。いや、短期じゃなくて、短期かな？短期って現実的なんですかね？いや、単純に、3人から1人選ぶよっていうだけかなって思ったんですけど、進めるストーリーを。パーティーの上でもソロなの？まあいいや、始まればわかること。
Alrighty, everybody. So that concludes my time hosting for Golden Sun. I will be back later this week to host another run. I will be replaced shortly by the wonderful Draco Dan, who shall do an awesome job hosting for this next run of Octopath Traveler. And right now, we are now ready to send it over to Zokaboon for an interview with the Dragon Quest XI runners for later this evening.
Thank you so much, GK. And hello, welcome all of you to RPG Limit Break 2025. It's been 24 hours and we've raised over $8,000 for NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness. You all are amazing. Give yourselves a hand.
右の方。
Now, I'm here with the runners for our Dragon Quest XI Any Percent race, Keanu Lookalike and Jared Kandra. And as you can tell, they're really, really big fans of their game because they're here in cosplay. Tell me a little about what you're dressed up as.
So I'm dressed up right now as our the Luminary, the main protagonist of Dragon Quest XI. It's a lot going on right now, but I love this outfit. I love how it came out, and it's really fun to wear. I didn't think I was going to like it as much, but I'm really liking it.
I salute the dedication. And Jerica.
Yeah, I'm Jade. I'm Blue Bunny Jade today, and you'll get to see Blue Bunny Jade on the run as well for a short stint. And this is a latex costume that I made myself. Jade's my favorite character.
And just so you all know, I've been told that they will be
イン
wearing
タビ
these
ュー
costumes
で
during, well, not
もうちょっ
these
と
costume, right?
間
But
時
they
間
will
あ
be
り
a
そうな
costume
んで、
during the run later today, so you absolutely don't want
ま
to
あ、
miss it. But let's
まあ
get
今回
started.
配
Why
信
don't
して
we
ますイ
you
ベン
and
ト
I
に
go
つい
to what
て
Mr. Run?
です。
The two of you are
え
racing each other.
現在、このジャパニーズリストリームのチャンネルでは、RPG リミットブレイク2025の様子を講義で日本語ミラー配信しております。RPG リミットブレイク2025は、RPG に対して特にフォーカスしたチャリティー RTA イベントで、まあ、ジャンルの特徴もあって、タイトルの平均時間が比較的長く、他のイベントではなかなか見られないような人気タイトルも予定されております。今回のイベントから、現地、イベントの場所を、コロラド州デンバーのデンバーテックセンター地区へと移転いたしました。前回に引き続き、オフライン開催とリモートランで構成されております。今回、RPG リミットブレイク2025もまあ例年通り、ナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネス、NAMI を支援するチャリティー RTA イベントとなっております。NAMI は、精神疾患を持つ方やその家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方たちを支えることを目的に設立された非営利団体です。特定のゲームには寄付と関連してカテゴリーの変更をエンディングの選択や追加でのボーナス欄が予定されておりまして、各項目ごとに設定された目標寄付金額を達成した際に行われます。寄付金額を表に見立てたビッドウォーによってキャラクター名や選択肢など決定されることもございます。イベントは、昨日、19日の午前2時半頃に始まりまして、25日日曜日の午後1時半頃、13時半頃まで、まあ、昼夜問わずぶっ通しで行われます。スケジュールをご確認の上、お楽しみください。
Means that you can do a very special thing that makes the run easier for you to. Could you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, so the definitive edition, whenever the game was released for the Switch originally, allowed us to skip pretty much every single cutscene. There's a built-in cutscene skip. Lets us press a single button, hold it down, and skip all the cutscenes. So it reduced our run. The original vanilla versions on PC and console were around 12 hours. The Switch Definitive Edition dropped any percent down to around 5.5 hours.
今日の午前9時台からですね、ドラクエ11が。
Getting moved to the Steam ports, with the glitches that we're allowed to do in there, we're down to under 4.
That is a huge drop in time. And you know, we're an event that's known for long.
5時間で終わる。
Would you have picked it up if it had like continued being that long?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I really loved the game when I started running it. I spent 100 hours on it casually, and I like longer runs as well. Although it's harder to run something that's more than 4 hours on a weekend. So
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Now I want to bring up that you two have incentives for your run that are open right now. Right. You can absolutely donate. rpglimitbreak.com/donate. Make sure you select the incentives. But let's talk a little bit about them. Of course, there's the name the hero, which is it like the top 2 names, and you'll just split it between the two of you, or?
Yeah, that's the plan right now. The best 2 that we have in terms of donations. One of us will pick one, and then the other will pick the other.
Okay.
Yep.
And this one feels like it's exactly as written on the tin, but let's talk about it. Fight the Black Dragon.
Yeah, so I can talk about that. Basically, in the beginning, a little bit of spoiler, in the beginning of the run, we run from a black dragon, and we don't want to fight him.
ラプラスか。
And
ラ
so
プラスや
when,
な。
when we hit to Act 2, we have a chance to kind of revisit him.
目の描写はもうちょっとなんとかならんかったんかな、このラプラス。
And so we do get to fight him. And so we're excited to fight the black dragon if that incentive is met.
Can't do it without your donations. Now, here's one I'm a little confused about, but also very curious about. What's the best puff puff?
So, for those who are big fans of Dragon Quest games, it has been a long-standing running joke of the puff puff. It is a sacred art of the girls in the game that they perform the puff puffs for the characters, and there's all sorts of hilarious ones. But the ultimate puff puff is it's a sight to behold. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's just the best way to describe it is to witness it for yourself firsthand. So if you want to see it, go ahead and get those donations in for it.
Chad, I'm putting this call to you right now. Please, I need to see this ultimate puff puff.
あ、パフ。
Now, let's go back a little bit because clearly the both of you have an tremendous love for the game. How did you get started in running it?
So when I started speedrunning with Final Fantasy X, and then as I progressed in my career as speedrunning, I slowly transitioned over to the Dragon Quest series. I started with Dragon Quest VIII, played it on the PlayStation 2, and really fell in love with the game. And then a couple of people that I really adore, High Spirits, Creative Ellie, they did DQ11 runs on the vanilla version, and I got to watch a couple of those runs. And then the definitive edition came out on the Switch, and it lowered that bar for me, and it let me get into it. And that's how I started with it, and I just fell in love with it. And then as the game transitioned again to the PC version, getting to do some new reroutes with it and learning about the glitches and stuff that we could do, it just opened up so many doors for me. I loved it so much.
You really have been around in the Dragon Quest XI running scene for a long time.
Yeah, I started I think with the Switch, it was 2019 or so, 2020 when I started. And I've been on and off ever since.
But you keep coming back to it.
I keep coming back. Every once in a while, I'll get an itch for it, or a race will pop up, or an event will occur that brings me back to it. And
I kind of dragged him into this. So.
yeah, something like that.
All right, and how did you get dragged into Dragon Quest XI speedrunning?
Sure, yeah. I started speedrunning with Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game, and I went directly into Chrono Cross after that. And so at some point I was like, oh, what other games should I run? And I really love Dragon Quest XI. And so I ran it on Switch first as well, which has an orb skip, but doesn't have the big skips we have on PC. And so eventually I bought the PC version just to learn the run for that version of the game. And that's what I run primarily. I did revisit the Switch run recently and had like almost an hour PB. So.
Ooh, congrats.
Yeah.
And I want to bring this up because we had wanted you to sing one of the covers. Something that you do with the games you love is you make parody song covers. And you do have a Dragon Quest XI cover. I believe it's a cover of Dua Lipa's Training Season.
Yep, that's right.
And if we could get the chat mods to post the link in the chat to that video.
It is class.
But also, we will still be hearing the two of you sing during the run, I hear.
Yes, there's an ongoing meme between myself, our commentator Freedom Pulse 97. I kind of drug him into the speedrunning of Dragon Quest XI a few years back, and for anybody that knows Freedom, he is a very, very good singer. And one day he just decided to sing along to one of the background musics when you get Cetacea, the flying whale, and he sang the flying whale song, and it has become a thing. It is not. You're not allowed to get on the whale without singing. And even though I don't sing, I will do it every once in a while on stream. But we're all gonna sing it. We're all gonna sing along today, I think.
Oh yeah.
And are there any other points in the run that you really want folks to look out for when they're watching? Like things that you think are really exciting? Because we talked about this a little right before the interview started. You're 1-1 on the races. 1 Keanu, 1 Jerrica. What points do you think will be most exciting, which should people keep an eye out for?
There's so many bots.
It is an RNG heavy run, I'm being told.
Yeah.
It is. So I've kind of gotten a little bit lucky recently. I've been having really good slime grinds, but I've been getting completely owned by the late game bosses and stuff like that. That's what happened in our last run for those who watched the Dragon Quest RTA. But just all of the mid to late game bosses after our first grind, there's so much that goes into them, and they go so quickly, but so many things can go wrong so fast. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And you are a risky player, as you mentioned earlier.
I tend to take risks and
いろいろいらっしゃい
pay
ました
for
よ
it.
ね。
But all in the name of speed. I'll be a little safer this run. Well, hopefully.
Marathon safety.
Yeah, we'll see. It's kind of one of those things.
And Jericho, what about you? What do you want people to look forward to in the run?
Well,
battle?
look for the grind. I have a horrible reputation of getting a ton of warrior mechs. And so we're hoping for 0. But yeah, we'll have some stuff to talk about that at the beginning of the run. And then the spider fight is another one that is easily, like, if you can get through the spider fight, it's a good run.
Yeah.
So, and then in general, Gildiga and then the Auroral Serpent is another one that can really, you just have to redo it. It's tough to get through it sometimes. So yeah, those are the ones to watch for.
All right, this is a very RNG heavy run. You are not going to want to tear your eyes away from the screen. So make sure you check out Dragon Quest XI later today, the any % race. But also, Key, we've been sitting here and I've been feeling there's something missing
Really?
from your costume.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good with it, but
I mean, it looks great. I'm glad that you're really into it. You're really selling it, but just you're not quite a legendary hero.
I kind of agree. There's nothing back here for me to grab a hold of, but I do see something hanging out kind of next to me that we can grab. I don't know. I think. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is a decent weapon for the Hero of Light? I mean, this thing looks pretty cool.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, look at that. So this is actually one of our prizes later this week here at RPG Limit Break. This is the, you're going to have to correct me on the pronunciation, Erdrick Sword?
Yes, this is one iteration of Erdrick's Sword, the Hero's Sword from pretty much all of the old DQ games. There's a little bit of an Easter egg about it at the end of the DQ11 run that you get to see this version of the sword. But yeah, this is available. This is going to be available for somebody to get a hold of.
Coming up.
Yes, so if you don't, this will be available in our prize block. Thank you. Oh, it is heavy.
Yes,
we've got something here to support it, I've been told. This will be available starting from Dragon Quest years later in the week. Unfortunately, I am going to take your sword. I'm going to confiscate it. No weapons on the event grounds, Key.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. But I really, really need it.
You could get it maybe if you donate when it's open. But Key, Jerica, thank you so much for speaking with me about the race. Good luck. I got to tell you, I'm rooting for Freedom Pulse to sing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
All
loves
of us
that.
are. All of us are.
And we will check in with you later when the race is up. And I mean, I've got a prize in my lap. So, folks, stick around with me because we've got some prizes to talk about.
All right, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Key. So, right now, you just finished watching the Golden Sun run, and we're in the middle of a block that has some wonderful Golden Sun prizes. Oh. And let's start. By showing off this amazing wooden box art replica of the Golden Sun.
これすごいな。
Like, it's front and back.
木彫りの。
I don't know how, like, if I can accurately describe to you how amazing this is to hold in the flesh. This comes to us
木彫りの
from
パッケージ。
Pigmented, who, when we reached out and asked about, hey, can we get some prizes for RPG Limit Break? You do some amazing work. They donated a whole bunch. You might have seen Vani shout them out in the pre-show. So absolutely, you're going to want to get your hands on this for a $25
さっきまで左右に
minimum
おらが
donation.
いがった方、多分ドラゴン11の奏者さん
And
ですね
if。also you enjoy Golden Sun,
今
I
日
don't
の
have the
こっ
print
ちの
on it,
時
but
間
we
で
do have a Golden
9時
Sun
40分ぐらいから
print
になり
that
ます。
features the 4 lighthouses again that you just saw in the Golden Sun run. It's absolutely beautiful. You're going to want to go to rpglimitrate.com/prizes to make sure you take a look at that. And that comes to us from Subconscious Realms. It is gorgeous. $5 minimum donation gets you in for a chance to win that. Now, other things that a $5 minimum donation can get you a chance to win.
2 って。
This Octopath Traveler, Tressa Cross Stitch. You might have heard Ghost Kumo talking about it a little earlier during the run. Octopath Traveler 2 is our next run. But one of the beloved characters from Octopath Traveler 2 in this very detailed cross stitch. I just got into cross stitching myself recently, and you can see a lot of the work and love that went into this. It's just perfectly set up. It's got the little frame and everything. Again, $5 minimum donation could get you in to win this. Or one of our Octopath Traveler or Octopath Traveler 2 PC keys. All of these Octopath Traveler prizes were generously donated to us by Possum Coffee. So, again, $5 minimum donation, any one of those. And when you donate, make sure you put in for an incentive. We've got so many wonderful ones open, including the Puff Puff that we just talked about here. We're going to talk about a little more than just the surrounding games, though, because I've got some cute little figures with me from Tales of Zestiria. Now, the ones I'm holding are Slay. I'm like trying so hard to not like drop them. The ones I'm holding are Slay and Alicia, but we also have Edna and Mikleo. And these are all members of your party that you can have in Tales of Zestiria. Really, really adorable little figurines. And they come with the stands, as you can see, like I'm holding. Oh! Bound to happen during Pride segment. But as you can see, like I'm holding them by the stands. They come with stands, so you don't have to worry about doing what I just did with poor Alicia here. $5 minimum donation gets you the full set of 4. Again, you can go to rpglimitrate.com/prizes to see all 4 of them together. But all of these donations that like you're putting together, all of them, oh, I almost forgot. We have a Final Fantasy I NES cart. You've got the original cart, you've got a remanufactured box, you've got the instruction booklet. That was kindly donated to us by Mizuki Vara, and that's a $15 minimum donation. I also, unfortunately, don't have it here to show off. But if you love video games, now's a great time to get your donations in, because in addition to that, your cumulative donations now, $75 cumulative donations, could get you to win this custom DS Lite with
DS Lite. DS Lite.
10 years logo on it. This was beautifully hand painted and decorated.
動くんや。
Custom Game Boys.
すごいな。
$75 cumulative until the end of the Dark Lord run. Every other prize that I've talked about so far is until the end of our save point today. So, you know, you donate for that and it builds up into getting this. Like, look at this.
そろそろ20年前の機体になるんじゃん。DS ライトなんて。
Alright.
DS ライトが20年前って恐ろしいな。
But we've got some wonderful prizes all over, so make sure you go check out rpglimitrate.com/prizes. Find something you'd love to donate to, because, again, we're doing all of this for NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and thank you all so much for being here with us. I've been Zokuban, and I'm going to kick it back to our next host for our next run, Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh.
All right, everyone, welcome back to RPG Limit Break 25. I am your host.
一応にはなりますが、今まで紹介されたプライズは多分日本には送れないだろうと。
Right now we've got on a solo traveler bid.
お考えください。
I believe this is your last chance to get
いいなぁと。
We've got 3 choices.
寄付なら、
Osvald is
寄付するまでならできると思うんで、
Next runner-up is $140. So if anyone out there wants to quickly flip that, they have a last chance.
本家チャンネルの方でビズ投げていただくと、多分その分寄付に回してくれるかなと思いますんで。 り返しになりますが、オクトラ2遊んだことはありませんので、ご存知の方いらっしゃいましたらお力添えをいただければと思います。今気づいたんですけど、棒が貫かないタイプのドル記号もあるんですね。あ、はい。通常プレイ部分の知識でもいただけると嬉しいです。あ、来ましたね。
RPG Limit Break 2025. My name is bramhallthefifth. This is Octopath Traveler 2. I'm going to have my two
オクトラ2じゃない方はね、買うたんですよ。ゴールデンウィークのセールの時に。一緒に買うたサガエメが一向に終わる気配がないっつうか、なんか、どれだけ遊んでも終わりがなさそうなんで、いつ取り掛かれるかっていう感じなんですけど。
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to recruit all of them one by one and have them help each other in battle in order to sort of succeed in their personal quests.
それはそうと、今回は、
if I can find the other two characters.
ビットで一人選びまして、おそらく短期でそのキャラのストーリーを済ませるんじゃないかとのことでございます。はい、オズワルドになったようですね。はい。Good luck.
It's fine. So we start out. Osvald is in prison. His story is that somebody murdered his wife and child and framed him for it, and so he's been in prison for like a few years now, I think.
あら、早速牢屋スタート。
Every character has two ways in which they can interact with NPCs, one during the day and one at night. Osvald's night path action is called Mug, and basically you can 1v1 certain NPCs and take all their items if you win the fight. The other one, Scrutinize, is going to be tutorialized in a little bit. So right now Osvald is planning his escape. So what he needs is an accomplice. So supposed to scrutinize all these guys one by one. Basically, scrutinize is you interact with the NPC and you can get information from them. I already know who the correct option is. It's that guy. So that's part one done. I think next, I don't remember what this guy does. He gives you like a coat or something.
I think basically story-wise, like
HD2D すごいですね。こうやって見るとやっぱり。
a sufficient like sort of like break
Yeah.
area so that he can
So he needs a
escape.
disguise. I think he's trying to find a disguise now, and the last one he's going to get an escape route. So, later on in the game, there's going to be NPCs I can scrutinize that you don't have to do for story, and scrutinize is like a percent-based success path action. So, I'm going to be banking on like as low as like 24% scrutinizes to get items. Osvald's really useful for as a solo character because both of his path actions can get him items. So you're gonna be seeing me going around and beating up a lot of NPCs for their stuff.
The nice thing also about like even failing like scrutinizes or whatnot is, well, like so there's a system where like if you fail a scrutinizer, in some cases like fail to mug someone, that counter, or there's like a maximum of 5 failures that you can do before you can't do any more path actions. When you can't do any more path actions,
You have to pay off the bartender to let you do it. I'm going to correct you on that one. Mug does not lose reputation.
right.
None of the night act.
Right, I forgot. In this game, all the night actions where it involves like combat or like some kind of rogue actions, they don't decrement the counter. It's only day actions,
All right.
which is very interesting because Octopath. There's a lot of like new stuff and quality of life changes that has changed over from Octopath 1.
Okay, so right now we're entering the first dungeon. Osvald's first chapter is pretty unique in terms of speedruns in that we actually have to do quite a bit of grinding. Most characters for their first chapter can kind of just either run straight to the boss or just pick up one encounter worth of experience just for an extra level. But here I actually want to learn an entire skill, which is going to take 30 job points before I even think about talking to the boss coming up.
Yeah, you want double encounters in this area because it gives you a decent amount of job points, whereas most of the single encounters, especially the low-level ones, give you barely any JP. So this one's like not great.
I mean, it's a higher level guy, so
Yeah.
it's a little better.
This basically guarantees that you need one extra encounter, right?
I don't know. Depends if I see bats, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's give you less or more than the wizards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should mention. I promised a solo run. I'm given a temporary party member here. Don't worry about it. It doesn't. He's going to leave the party right after this chapter. You can get quite a few temporary party members, only for like intro chapters. Most of them die actually, so it's fine. This is really good. I might actually get 30 after this.
Yeah, that's pretty good luck. Yeah, it's always good to see like single or not single, double encounters here.
I don't even remember this encounter.
Yeah, the bubbly guys are really good, high value. That's 33 right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really good.
So I can just learn advanced magic right now.
Yeah, so what advanced magic does is, so basically in Octopath 1, you had a system where you could cast Fireball where it hits once, Firestorm where it hits twice, and then later
de
on,
kai.
the Sorcerer class Ignis are there, but they changed the system slightly in this game where
身長2、3倍あるで。
but you need to cast something, an extra spell like advanced magics, in order for your Fireball to become Firestorm.
Yeah. It's pretty necessary because this guy is quite tanky, and Emerald is really no help in this fight at all.
Yeah, a lot of Emerald's role would just be supporting and just chucking, like helping out Mr. Osvald.
なんか
Plum and Grape. Oh, yeah, this guy hits pretty hard, and he's got 2 guys with him, and he has a lot of HP. So I really want the ability to double cast.
Osvald doesn't have a chapter 2, right? So this guy like counts as his chapter 1 and chapter 2 boss?
There's a chapter 2 right after this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's like
ちょっと厳しい
run a straight line.
大丈夫かなこれ
Emerald might die. So I'll see what happens.
おーい
Oh yeah, so pretty shortly we're going to be introduced to latent power. Sanjay, if you want to explain what that is.
Yeah, so latent power is like a special, like sort of attack
Oh,
ability
yes.
that you can do once you've either taken enough hit point or enough damage, or you've restored it through the use of a lychee. So in this case, Osvald's latent power is that his attacks will target a single person, but deal a lot more damage.
All right, Emerald got killed, so I'm going to have to... He's going to resummon the guards. Because how much I can do about it.
あ
Not a great
あ変えて
start
くんのか
so far,
取り
but
負け
pretty much still workable through.
I have one more charge of advanced magic. I think I can...
これは厳しい
Guys. Okay, cool. All right, not too bad.
よし
Thankfully, that movie uses that stuns him. I think that only targets Emerald.
Yeah, in terms of Osvald's latent power, if you know what Aliphan's Enlightenment does in Octopath 1, it is pretty much the same effect.
Yeah.
They actually changed Aliphan's Enlightenment in Octopath 2.
It's very good for that fight. It's pretty much useless for the entire rest of the run. But Double damage is always nice. It's just that the magic damage falls off for the purposes of this run, and we get much better options.
Yeah, it's better in full game categories.
Yeah, Galdera in particular, the one where you fight the super boss, is it's pretty. You use it, I think, pretty much every turn.
Yeah, just mainly because advanced magic is a setup move, and some setup moves can be quite slow.
So in Osvald's story, you go straight from chapter 1 to chapter 2, but chapter 2 is just like one fight with 2 guards here, and you just nuke them with magic, pretty much. Magic is still good at this point.
Yeah, in this game, like each character sort of has like staggered amounts of chapters. Lengthwise, they're pretty much the same, but.
If the host wants to add anything, this is a pretty good downtime.
Okay, yeah, we have $25 from Silent Lamentation, who says, "It's my favorite week of the year again. Thanks so much for putting this event together, people. We need it now more than ever in these tough times. Looking forward to some Octopath goodness right now, and RPG Limit Break hype."
Hype?
Hype?
And we have $25 from Amy, who says, "I love Octopath and love Octopath 2 even more, but I haven't seen any speedruns of 2 yet. I look forward to an interesting and fun run. Good luck to the runner, the hosts, and the commentators. P.S. Hi, Jello."
What's up, Amy?
All right, so Emerald just kind of sacrificed himself to create a distraction for Osvald to get away. So now the solo run actually begins.
Yeah, so a cool thing about solo runs is normally with the fastest route, you recruit 4 characters in Octopath 2, but the really cool thing about solo runs is that you basically have to get all the resources for yourself, and you get to see more, especially in this game, like boss mechanics, and you have to especially work
ちょっ
around
と
them.
抜くそうなところに出てきた。
Yeah.
The solo runs are basically like a challenge run of sorts, and
Yeah,
they became popular as speed run.
Yeah, the first game had an achievement for doing a solo run. This one doesn't. Because technically one of them isn't doable. There's a character named Temenos.
その金が欲しかっただけか。
But he has to get rid of an NPC blocking one of his destinations, and he just has no way of doing it.
Yeah, I think at least for him, for solo runs of Temenos, it is legal to bring Cassidy along for that.
What am I doing now?
We're playing Gotcha.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Gambling is over.
So yeah, the Soulstone shop is like a 1 in. It's a 15% chance to show up. Wait, I didn't mug the guy. Okay,
It's okay. That's just more gambling.
It's just more gambling. I do have to visit the Soulstone shop twice, and so now I got to do it 3 times.
Yeah, so this guy
夜は、
good amount of money for,
NPC に勝ち込みかけて、物を強奪することができるそうでして。で、ギャンブリングっつってるんで、目当てのもんが出るまで強奪を繰り返す形になるのかな。
So basically, the shop only comes at night, and the shops you can get is it's random, and they're unfortunately not even evenly distributed. So the shop I just bought from is a 50% chance to show up, and then the Soulstone shop is 15%. Got it again.
The game's too easy.
Yeah, exactly. So I bought the Ice M already, so
Yeah.
I just need 8 Fire M's. All right.
It's fitting for Osvald to have that much fire.
Oh my god. Does one of you want to explain invasive maneuvers?
Yeah, the first after he gets 2 skills in the scholar class, he'll get evasive.
ギャンブリングってあ
maneuver,
れ、
I think.
もしかして
Lowers the encounter rate
店の
by
品揃えランダム？
Yeah.
2.5x, and encounters are kind of bad. So
Yeah, starting with Osvald's really nice because he comes with because he is a scholar, so he comes with
Well,
a
we
scholar
get items.
ability. Everybody else has to go to the scholar guild to pick up the class, and that can sometimes be annoying because you get high level encounters on the way. Like that guy that mob I just killed was level 20, and I'm level I think 11 right now. Oh, significantly less than 11.
Yeah, so in higher level areas, you have a higher chance generally of being ambushed. And generally, if you get ambushed when you're really low level, you're pretty much down for the count. But
yeah, that particular dungeon's really bad about it too. I can get stuck there for like 4 or 5, even 3, 4, 5 deaths, just trying to get.
知ってる人は、ああ、
Just trying to get.
ランダムや。
invasive maneuvers.
だから、
Octopath Traveler 2 also has like a gimmick that's different from Octopath Traveler 1. Where
店の
the first
方
encounter
の
on the
厳選やったんですね。 だから
almost twice as fast, so you really need evasive maneuvers if you want to get through some screens.
Yeah. Also, those soul stones. I didn't even talk about what soul stones are. They do fixed damage pretty much, and there's medium ones which do 1100 damage, and there's large ones that do 2700 damage, and the small ones are 200. And then of course, when you break enemies, something else we didn't talk about, they do double damage. So that can be up to 5400 with just an item.
One thing as well is that so for weaknesses, so this game thrives on a weakness-based system. So when you hit an enemy with its weakness, for example, the bird's weak to, I believe, fire. I forget.
That bird's weak to ice.
Ice. It only has one shield, and it will go down to 0 shields, and it will take essentially double damage. One also additional thing is that if you hit an enemy with its weakness, that damage is increased by 1.3 times. So, for example, that soul stone that you saw that deals base 1100 damage, it dealt 1430 damage instead.
またこれは強奪です。
And its base damage is especially important. And buying these soul stones is also really important because of what Jello mentioned about evasive maneuvers. Because of the changes to evasive maneuvers in this game, you essentially
NPC 相手に結構やりたい放題するゲームみたいで。
in this game, especially in the higher level areas. So having those soul stones is extremely
ひ
useful.
どいな。
Yeah, so I just use Elemental Barrage there, which does random hits with either fire, ice, or lightning. And so basically I just throw that and hope that I hit a weakness and that I can kill him.
元手を稼いで、
Kind of the other combat mechanic is the boost
また戻っ
points.
てきた。
You saw in fights that there were like yellow dots in the top right corner. Basically, you get one of those every turn unless you used one on the previous turn. And what they do is they power up your attacks. And did not get a nice soul stone drop, sadly. I do not need to buy that. Whoops. Okay, whatever. I'll stop.
Doesn't herb up the ladder, right? If you like.
I already took it.
I think that's part of the route, isn't it?
Yeah, I already sold it. Yeah, okay, so I go to Canal Brine now. Boost points. They power up your attacks. And another really good thing about Soul Stones is that you don't need to boost them, and they still will do a lot of damage. So, for example, this chick right here, I just throw one Soul Stone, and I can save... If this fight were to last more than one turn, I would save boost points for later.
ちなみに攻撃アイテムって
So, I'm going to go on a bit of a
ス
mugging
テータス
spree.
で変動するんですかね。
I really do need like a lot of money
威力。
for this category. This guy I think is staffing and oh, I could have used barrage on this guy. He's weak to lightning. Whatever.
Yeah, the thing about this is that because you're solo, you need a lot more money. Mainly because in a normal speedrun of this, you would have the ability to use
固定値か。
stuff like armor corrosive or Throné's night
固定値の
night buff
アイテム攻撃
Yeah, you
は
have to get kind of creative when
or
it comes.
Temenos.
使い方次第では
You have to get kind of creative when it comes to. Oh,
だいぶ良くないことになるけど。
this guy's more health. I gotta throw a stone at him. You have to get kind of creative with how you accumulate your resources, especially with some of the less capable characters. Osvald, thankfully, can get a lot of items and a lot of money, but it is a little bit costly because I do have to engage in combat with each NPC individually, and some of them are kind of tanky. Like I've selected people with valuable items who also aren't very strong. Like this guy right here is level 1, I think. Yeah.
あ、そうですね。
So he has
4桁出しますね。
280 HP.
Yeah, so the amount of HP
Amount
they
of
have
them.
corresponds generally
そ
to
こらの
the
NPC
stars.
から強奪する分には使わずに済む
So I think 2 stars is like 11,
感じです
like
かね。
1000-ish HP or so.
Yeah. So this guy's not weak to elemental barrage at all, so I will break him once with my staff. And then I will use 2 boost points to power up my fireball. And obviously if he weren't broken there, that would have done about 180.
これは、
A little bit less.
Yeah, every boost point you
アイテムが欲しいのか、経験値が欲しいのか。
I believe 1.3.
It depends on the skill, I think. And
Also
then if you,
depends on the skill, yeah.
you can also boost your regular attacks, and that will cause them to hit multiple times, and you can use that to take out more shields. All right, so now I'm going to do an optional side quest. One thing that becomes pretty important when you're only using one character is bad status protection. So I know one of the bosses that's coming up can inflict sleep on me, and if I only have one character, that's pretty debilitating. So I'm going to go and get a piece of gear that will stop me from going to sleep. Also, I'm walking on these screens because I know that if I run, I'll probably get an encounter, but I can delay the encounter by moving slowly.
So in Octopath 1, running and walking with evasive maneuvers decrements the step counter at the same rate, but in this game they change it so that walking decrements this even
小舟でスーって動く、なんか、どことなく絵面が可愛らしい。
So I can avoid this encounter if I walk the entire way, but it's not guaranteed, and that's slow. And this gets me some extra
それ
drop
で
points.
パーティーおったらさっき人数分並んで動いてましたよね、小舟。
amount of drop points in most solos.
Yeah, most solos are gonna want certain. There's at least 2
あ、そ
passes
し
that
て、
most solos kind of want.
強制戦闘かな。
All right.
これ、あれですね。
Defeating
割とひどいことになりますね。少なくとも中盤あたりまで。
immediately deleted them pretty much. And once I hand in the quest to the quest giver, he'll give me the reward I want. From here on, it's a little bit more exploration, so I'll hand it over to the host.
Okay, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say that one of our main sponsors of this event is Dragon Roast Coffee, which is a small, passionate team of coffee roasters that are dedicated to making coffee for gamers and the gaming community. Visit their website at www.dragonroast.coffee and enter the promo code RPGLB25 at checkout for 10% off your order. In addition to their coffee, you can also purchase an exclusive dual-insulated RPG limit break tumbler available only for this event.
ああ、で、あ、
And
そ
the
っか。
best part is that for all purchases,
経験値にレベル差補正あんのか。
Dragon Roast will donate a portion of the proceeds to Nami. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and fuel your adventure with Dragon Roast Coffee today.
What are you waiting for?
Punished.
Did you walk and get an encounter?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ozzy is fueled with the power of coffee, whichever form it is. And,
He's fueled by the power of the fire in his breast.
The power of 8 fire soulstone M.
Yes.
Yeah, the power of throwing rocks at various things.
Another a really cool thing about this game is about the Octopath series in general is that all you have to do in order to enable fast travel is just enter the town and leave. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go to Osvald's Chapter 4 town. Remember, I've only just finished Chapter 2, and basically I'll be able to come back to it whenever I want. And I do have to come back here several times actually. Oh yeah, so this is where I get to do the 24% scrutinize. So who wants to count to 5 with us?
I love counting.
All right, a 1.
What does this NPC have?
Wendell. A 2. A 3. Cool. All right, so this Wendell's going to come in handy on one of the bosses coming up. Winsol Sonel. Okay, I think I go back to Canal Brine. Yes.
Yeah, so I believe what you're also doing here is just basically tagging whichever towns you need to get to, and the next one you need to go to is
Conning Creek.
Conning Creek.
Yeah, so Osvald for a solo run is among one of the quicker ones, despite the fact that he has such a long intro. Part of this is because pretty much every solo character wants to go to Conning Creek, and Osvald has a chapter there, so he's not going out of his way to get there. And the same is true about Osvald's final town, Gravel. Most solo characters go there, and it's a little bit of a detour, but it's well worth the goods that you can acquire there. But Osvald has to go there anyway. Osvald does have to go out of his way to a couple other towns, but those two being part of his route are pretty big.
It's like most characters like pretty much have to go in like the Gravelish area, not specifically there, but around there just mainly because they need the merchant class, which we'll touch on later.
That's going to come up pretty soon. So this and on this map you get a different encounter at night based on day. The day encounter gives more experience, but the night encounter gives more job points and money. So I value those over the day encounter.
And so in terms of job points, like what are you trying to grind for?
I want to get 3. Right now I want to get 3 job points. I want to get 3 skills on merchant. So what we kind of didn't touch on is that skills will cost job points, but the more skills you have from a certain class, the more expensive they get. So the first skill is going to be 30, the second is going to be 100, and the third will be 500. So if I want 3 skills on something to unlock the second tier of passives, then I will want 630 job points. All right, so here I'm going to start Osvald's chapter 3 because it takes place here. I'm gonna abandon it pretty quickly because I just want to get 1 chest here and then dip.
The most important chest in the game.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the rainbow glass bottle, and I'll be we'll demonstrate exactly why I need that pretty soon because I think I pick up the inventor class right after this.
My favorite class.
Yeah. It's if you're a fan of like steampunk stuff, this one comes with the drip.
What would you rate the drip out of 10?
I don't know, maybe like a 2.
Oh, so you're not a fan of steampunk drip?
Some people are.
I think we'll see for Osvald, but I think a drip on it for some of the characters is really nice. Honestly, the drop outfits for a lot of different characters in general are really well done.
One thing I want to see, and I want to see like sprite work of Octopath 2 characters wearing Octopath 1 job outfits and vice versa. Would be pretty cool to see. I want to see Alphen dressed like a cat boy.
Unfortunately, we don't get the hunter class in this run.
Okay, so the inventor class is pretty unique. It does not correspond to any of the other characters, and you actually unlock skills by handing in items rather than spending job points. So, any support skills you unlock, I go here now. Yeah, any support skills you unlock with the inventor class will apply to every character you pick up. Which I mean, that doesn't really matter here if I have 1 character, but the first support skill you get for the inventor is called a step ahead, and it's honestly a little bit uncalled for that they put that in the game. If one of you wants to talk about it.
So what a step ahead does is kind of similar to like a first strike ability, and make sure that your character is first.
I don't need the inventor job equipped right now, but I want everyone to rate the drip. So we're gonna see I definitely equipped the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you equipped it.
A step ahead gives whoever has it equipped a free turn at the start of fights. This applies to... Oh, nice. Usually he doesn't attack, so that was unlucky.
Does he one-hit you even at full HP?
I wasn't at full HP.
I think the drip looks better when he's dead.
I mean, I think a lot of drip on Osvald, like, it doesn't matter what drip he wears, like, he always looks like he just means business.
Here we get to demonstrate the concept of being caught by surprise. The enemy gets a full turn before you. If you have a step ahead equipped, it just throws it in the trash.
これは
But yeah, so I'll talk a little bit more about how overpowered a step ahead is. You get a boost point for the step ahead turn, and if you had a full team, your entire party gets a boost point, regardless of whether or not they even had a step ahead equipped. So you get extra boost points for everybody. What else is OP about it?
頼む。よし。
Oh yeah, you get bonus JP for a 1-turn kill, and a step ahead turn does not count for that. So you can get a 2-turn kill and get the 1-turn kill bonus. Yeah, it's just a little and it's the second. It's the first passive you unlock for the inventor class. You just need to hand in 2 inventor skills to unlock it. It's you know, it's a miracle that it's in the game, because speedruns are very hard if you don't have that. But yeah, just a little bit broken.
It pretty much trivializes like a lot of the boss mechanics, just because like in a normal speedrun, like you would pretty much deal a massive amount of damage to them all.
In a solo run, all it really does is give you a fighting chance.
Yeah, but like for normal runs, like they're dead before. Most of the time, they're dead before like they even make a move. There are some
exactly 630
single story categories that don't get inventor, or choices where you don't get inventor. The most that were like so within like the past year and a half or so, recently routed in. The most the biggest one is probably Partitio's.
Alright, so I'm gonna mug this guy and run away because I don't want to get another encounter, and I'll reset the encounter rate by doing this. I don't have to do that, but I just want to be safe, pretty much. Alright, so now we're gonna rate the Merchant Drip out of 10.
I would rate that like a 7 or 8. This is one of his good outfits.
Yeah, it is.
I think most merchant drips are good because either just like really stylish, or in Mr. Oswald's case, he looks like a cowboy with a serious business cowboy.
So Partitio, who is a natural merchant in this game, he has like a coat that he wears that he kind of wears it around his neck, and he doesn't have his arms through his sleeves. So Oswald's version of that is he ties this coat around his waist. I think that's pretty stylish. Oh yeah, here's hired help, by the way. What does hired help do?
I mean,
Wins the game.
yeah, if you ask me,
急に仲間を呼び出したぞ。
I love pay
Should
to
not have
win.
been there. So yeah, merchant is also a little bit uncalled for in this game.
強いんで
Not
す
only
ね。
did
な
you
る
get
ほど。
access to hired help, but the second support skill is called Boost Start, which gives you an extra boost point at the start of battle. This was
金で買収。
for Octopath Traveler. It was ability for the Starseer, and it cost 6,000 JP to unlock. Starseer was like a post-game, kind of late-game secret job that you unlock that was locked behind a powerful boss fight. Here, the merchant just gets it for 630 JP. So, also really good. Also, game would be really hard if I didn't have it, but also a little bit overpowered.
Yeah, they buffed. Ironically, they buff merchant hired help like in an interesting way, primarily because for the merchant, like back in Octopath, to deal the similar amount of damage that you would have done right now, they would have to pay 30,000 leaves.
Yeah, the
But here you pay half of it, or like even less, like 7,000 for the guards, and
Yeah, so 30,000 leaves was really strong in the first Octopath, but it was also kind of the only worthwhile damage that they had. Here you get a 7,000 option, you get a 7,000 option, you get a 15,000 option, and a 30,000, and they're all pretty good. The 30,000 is usually pretty overkill, and most categories don't even use it at all. But I'm gonna have to use it a couple times in this run.
Yeah, I think across all categories of speedrunning, every single hired help is used, right?
Sanjan did manage to find Thespian's use, so yes.
yeah, thespians were used, I think, in a full game category for a full game category that I had routed with Casty.
So Inventor comes with a skill called Changeable Catapult, which just does annoying amounts of damage, and it's a little bit bugged though. So I wanted to throw my sword. I have a pretty strong sword that I picked up in the gravel area, and I wanted to throw my sword at it. But the thing is, if you just mash the weapon type for Changeable Catapult, it will default to whatever weapon you're holding. So I had to also, in order to get it to work correctly, I had to change the weapon I was holding to the sword as well, like that.
Yeah, there's a sort of PhD level thesis that you could that you could find out on the catapult. The most simplest ways that we change our base weapon to something, our strongest weapon, like we gain those effects while still hitting the weakness.
Yeah, you can abuse the changeable catapult jank to do more damage than you're probably supposed to, but Osvald doesn't have to do that. It's mostly Throné that would have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I think sort of quick tangent to that funny story. I think it was like we found it pretty early when me, Jello, and Zero, another runner, shout outs to him, was in the call, and we found some really weird effects with catapult.
So I went pretty far out of my way to Sai there. Osvald never has to go to Sai, but it's the next town over from Conning Creek, and I really want that revitalizing jam that he has. I think I'm gonna scrutinize this guy.
Yeah, and solos are like the really powerful jams, like revitalizing, reinforcing jams, and large bombs are really important because you don't have a really reliable way to get boost points,
So
and you're alone.
What the revitalizing jam will do is it will fully heal my HP and my SP, which are what you use to cast skills, and give me a full stack of 5 boost points. You can only use up to 3 in a single turn, but being able to use 5 is good because then you can save up the third one. You can use 3, save up a third one for the turn after, and then you can max boost again, just off the 1 revitalizing gem. Yeah, I think that's everything. Then I fight 3 guys in here for their items. This guy right here is a Nourishing Nut. Nuts are items that just give you permanent stat boosts. Nourishing Nuts will raise your HP, your max HP. And I'm going to need a lot of HP because...
I think 場外ラウンドを始めてるのか。
This guy
いいで
just
す
has
ね。
some money right here. And he has a soul stone as well.
He's got a
You
nice
go to
hat.
the king.
Yeah, this guy's got some drip.
He's got some drip.
He's got like a matching hat.
Dang. If that crits, it one-shots. And the Star Splitter has a pretty
場
high...
外ラウンド。
So I was kind of banking on that. Otherwise, I could have just boosted.
Do you go to the Decaying Temple?
Not in this category, no.
Gotcha.
Here I need hired help to win. Because he's got a lot of
マ
health.
ジじゃない。
Whoops. I might be dead. No, I'm fine, I'm fine. He's gonna poison me on this first turn. I think he just kind of hits. Yeah, that's fine.
あ、大丈夫？
And now he's gone. So another thing the Beastlings can do is they will remove shield points regardless of weakness. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the first part of Osvald's chapter 3. Osvald has to have a one-on-one duel with one of his old study partners. The problem with this is that it takes place on a screen that's really out of the way from the rest of the story stuff. So I just do this and I warp out, and then I come back and do the rest of the chapter later. Here's Osvald's old house.
あ、これは
It burned to the ground, and his family was in it. Also, here's a nice chest.
I love
元自宅
fire rocks.
焼けた。
Definitely not symbolic at all. All right, so here I'm gonna use
お、
Iron
ボス
Helmet
か。
guards.
相変わらずでか
This
い。
does pretty good damage. It also will delay her next turn, so
It delays the enemies next turn, so
Yeah.
it pushes back the enemy 1 time after each hit. So if you use like a fully boosted guards, like they basically get pushed to the end of the turn.
金と道具に物を言わせて。
all right. So I'm gonna go to the next town over from Montwise, which is Merry Hills. I want this actually. It's a little out of the way, but there's a lot of good items in it and good high value mugs.
Oswald's just robbing everyone.
This might kill me. I'm fine. Oh, never mind. I'm not fine.
Yeah, the bull. And the bull does the most damage. The
死ぬ
little,
時は死ぬ。
porcupines,
I should consider
they're
healing.
just there.
I'm not usually this low because I don't usually let that guy that I mugged get a second turn. If Draco wants to talk about anything while I probably get owned in Merry Hills.
Okay, well, we have $25 from Big Sfeel, who says, sheesh, get the W, Bramhall, Sanjan, and Jello. And we have $1 from Pakmog, not Mogpo Chuzium 2023,
Hi, Chew.
who says, sheesh.
Sheesh.
Good luck on Incredible Octopath Crisis Traveler, Mr. Bramhall. Gregory and Susie are the best kiddies. Sheesh.
I agree. All right, so this is a level 45 area, and it's not even our level 45 area for Osvald's story, but there's a chance that I can get an encounter that's weak enough to die to guards. No, unfortunately, I have to spend an extra money here.
このアリクイ
I
す
have
ごい
to
な
do。a backup to save a little bit of money later.
The anteater.
Anteater's pretty infamous. I think I want the... Oh, yeah, I'm going to get, like, all the, like, piddling little money chests just to have as much buffer as possible. So that sells for 2,500. I sold one at the start of the run, too. And this guy right here is an item that sells for 25,000. So that's pretty cool. And he dies to two M stones. I think it's light. Yeah. Anything else from the host?
We've got $10 from Kirby Master,
Hi, Kirby.
行く先々で強奪を仕掛けてるのは何が目当てなんですかね。
and that goes to Runner's Choice. Thank
お
you very
金
much,
やっ
Kirby.
ぱり。
Kirby. Another nourishing nut from this next guy. I think it's an L. Not a Riz L, but a normal L. A nourishing L.
Big difference.
Big difference. So true.
It's a W. In
Yeah, what do
the
you think of that guy's diamond sword?
Solid 7 out of 10. I can defeat this guy by throwing 2 ice M's, but I want to save one of them for the shadow.
Do you need the ice M's specifically for another bug, or?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If I buy an extra one at the shop, I probably don't have money, so or I have a chance to not have money. Okay, so succeeding at that 48% is pretty good. First try. This is a large energizing pomegranate. Energizing pomegranates will give you BP in battle. The small one gives 1, the
アイ
medium
テム
gives
とお
2,
金か。
and the
Right.
large gives 4. This is an empowering necklace. It will give me 1,000.
そうですね。
Now I'm gonna
はい。
load up on
で
nuts.
傭兵と
So that
ア
gives
イテ
me
ムに
the
頼っ
HP
てるの
and
で、
defense.
結構
And,
しっかり稼がないと
yeah,
ダメ
we're
です。
good to
この調子
finish
だと。
the chapter 3.
Yeah, you basically have to tank quite a bit of.
I really do, yeah.
Like quite a bit of hits, especially from high level bosses.
That is not the way I want to scrutinize it. It was this guy. This guy's also 48. Okay, good.
Nice. Yeah, everything has quite a bit of boss, or quite a bit of words. You have to take quite a bit of damage, especially from like the higher level or like the later bosses. So like for most solos, it's very important like that you have the HP to be able to handle that.
Yeah, and Oswald's solo in particular.
Did not mean to do that.
The chapter 4 boss is pretty infamous for just ruining lives.
Yeah. We'll have a little bit of fun later. I did not mean to talk to that guy because that warps me there, and I want to pick up these items. Oops. All right, so I'm gonna mug this guy. He has a bit of money, and then after this, I'm gonna do the big sell. I don't think it matters. No, fire. Fine. All right. I think I'm gonna have upwards of like 120 grand after I do this enormous sell menu. So
Yeah, in terms of like single stories, especially like the general process for single stories and by extension solos is that you basically have to grab all the money
これは
that you need,
え
or in some
強奪で得た
specific
戦利
solos,
品
like,
を
or like any specific like
売り
equipment
払っ
you need
て
to
ますね、
wear
これは。
to be able to survive things. And then once you've done that, then then generally
114.
you rush the bosses to the end.
So that's a lot of money, and I'm gonna need even more. There's a money chest in here I want to pick up.
やっぱ第一にはお金やったみたいですね。
Okay, so we're actually gonna start fighting bosses.
主
now.
に傭兵を呼び出す用の
And we're actually gonna make some story progress. These guys I'm just gonna break and run away. So that's the weakest hired help. It's the cheapest one, but it hits everybody with a sword.
Yeah, it's a nice cheap way to break
気絶だけ刺して逃げ
or
てって
to lower shield or to break enemies and lower
Yeah,
shield.
I
And
can-
it also gives you a defense buff.
I can defeat them with just a fire soulstone M, but I don't know if I'm going to need backups later, so decide to hang on to it.
Do you usually grab that chest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need pretty much every money chest that I can possibly get my hands on, or that I can possibly have access to. So this guy has 2 guards protecting him. All I gotta do is press this button here and they die. So that's cool. This guy also, like, for a
また
hero,
で
he
かい
has
の
a
が
lot of money on him. Merchants can collect money from enemies, so that's the $15,000 that I'm gonna use to
あ
do the
れ
boss.
さっきお金巻き上げましたもしかして。
I love the merchant class.
I think if I just do this. Yeah, we're fine. So if I take too long to beat this guy, he summons the guards again, which is a little annoying because they can get turns. All right, so
う
I'm
わ
actually getting money from this fight, despite the fact that I just spent a lot of it because he gave me $8,000. Sorry, when I say dollars, I'm talking about the money in this game. Leaves.
He doesn't give you much JP or EXP, I don't think.
Yeah, but he gives you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Gives a lot of money. He gives you 15 JP, which is pretty funny. All right, so now we're starting Osvald's chapter 4.
We call this the infamous chapter.
Yeah, both in terms of like the gameplay here, the boss here isn't very troublesome for a solo character, and also in terms of story because there's some disturbing things that get revealed. So first, I'm gonna scrutinize these people. All of these are like percent chances to fail, but they will not reduce my reputation. they learned from the Therion. They learned from Therion single story.
The infamous 3%.
Yeah.
Though for some single stories, they do require in this game they do require you to be at a specific level. Most infamously, Throné's.
Bam. Thank you. All right, so I just scrutinized to find a hidden passageway. I have to grab a couple chests in here, but I don't want to get any encounters. So I'm going to grab one of them and then just leave to reset the encounter rate.
Yeah, if you were doing like a regular single story run or just like any run that happened to go through here, there's dialogue options that pop up for Osvald.
Yeah.
And generally, you can actually use that to your advantage because in Octopath 2, going into character banter resets.
Yeah, the famous press plus will actually reset your encounter rate, which is really funny. Okay, so I'm going to take off evasive maneuvers actually because I want to put plus 500 HP over it. Rate the apothecary drip.
7.
4.
Damn, we got some divided opinions here. Yeah, this is fine.
I think it's very plain.
It's all right. Osvald gets his drip from Tantrum merch.
What about that salamander in the front?
Oh, he's dripping.
That's a 20 out of 10 drip.
Yeah.
Damn, that's like overflowing.
So this boss, that pre-fight, just those enemies give like 1,000 experience for some reason. That's more the boss coming up gives like 900. Okay, so what this boss is going to do on its first turn is it's going to use an ability called Dissolving Darkness, and this will inflict me with like a special poison. Not have any soul stones. Okay. On every turn that it ticks, it will take away either 30% of my max HP, 30% of my max HP or SP, or 2 BP. So there, it took away my SP. That's the best thing it can do because I'm not going to use SP for the rest of the fight. But if it takes away too much of my HP, I die. And if it takes away my BP on the wrong turns, I will be unable to win. So this fight, it's just like, it can just boil down to a 1 in 3 chance to lose. Yeah, it took away my BP there, but thankfully I have another Rev Jam. I'm just going to use that now. I don't want it to take away my BP now, and it just did. I can potentially back this up. If I defend and get my BP back...
Wow.
I took it again. All right, so this is just not... This is
ま
just
だ
an
デカブズが。
That's an L gaming moment. Yeah, this
Ah.
is really mean. It's about a
Yeah.
1 in 3 chance to get your BP taken away. And you especially do not want it on the last
ソロはやっぱ
turn, or the
楽じゃないっす
Because I
ね。
need to full... That was... that's my fault.
first try.
Yeah, I need to like full burst.
ああ、逃げられない。
the fight, and if I'm losing BP, it's just not possible to win.
Don't
That's
forget to heal.
Yeah, and in the part of like the story that Jack is on, or Bramhall's on now, the bosses will get 2 turns for every one of his.
Yeah.
So sometimes the bosses can just get 4 turns back to back, and as a result, you can just lose.
yeah. In this one, I know in this fight, in this fight, every single turn is scripted. It's a complete predetermined rotation. But yeah, if I get hit too much, in addition to having 30% of my HP taken away, it's not good. Because you actually die when you run out of HP in this game, and in most games, I think. So I'm using Beastlings to chip down shields while also doing huge damage. All right.
That's rude.
It is rude, yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to back it up. Nope. Exact same scenario as before.
Seated.
Exactly.
うわあ。
Okay. So I ran this. We had a single story like relay race last year for the first anniversary of the game, and I ran this category, and I think I was stuck here for like 10 minutes, but that's pretty unlikely to. It's pretty unlikely to go just that poorly, unless the RPG Limit Break Twitch channel is cursed or something.
I got
Mind
bad.
if I jump in with a quick message while
Yeah.
we're getting caught back up? Yeah. We have $15 from Eadwind, who says, great Octopath run featuring some of my favorite people. Hope everyone has fun this week.
I hope you have fun too.
And we have $25 from Izala, who just says, sheesh.
All right.
This is probably like the most RNG heavy boss, even the final boss.
Yeah, for my money, this is
not
the
as
worst.
RNG.
For my money, this is the worst fight in any solo run. But I haven't done all of them, but I can't imagine anything being worse than this.
I mean, Hikari solo exists.
Hikari, I think, is mostly scripted. It's just a really long
I think
fight.
Chuso is
Yes,
pretty
yes, yes.
bad, but I don't
Choose
know
like
it
that.
now.
All right.
We did it. We made it through the wall,
Oh.
wall of RNG.
So that was hired help veteran soldiers. Occasionally it did critical damage, and when it did quad nines. So it's very, very good. Vets usually only did like 7,000 in the first game. So that's pretty strong. All right, so now we're going to do Osvald's final chapter where we face off against Harvey. Harvey is another rival professor of Osvald's, and he's actually the one that murdered his family. Also, the boss I just fought was Osvald's wife. Don't question it.
What would you rate her drip?
0.
Oh, I was leaning towards 10.
96 is enough.
They've all been through enough.
All right, so before I can enter the final dungeon, I have to do 5 mugs. These guys have
ファ
anywhere
イナ
from
ルダン
12,000
ジ
to
ョン
12,000
って
health.
言
This
葉が
first
聞こ
guy
え
has
ましたね。
8,000.
まあ時間的にもそんなもんでしょう
Good
か。
amount
あ
of
と
money for all
20分ほ
because a
ど
lot of these mugs,
EST 通りなら。
most of these enemies have a lot of HP, and so you have to throw hired help.
I'm going to take out 2 shields here just to avoid a damage range. So this guy's 9,000 health. It's not 8,000. I just remembered. 1 and 3 are 9,000. I still don't have evasive maneuver, so I have to be careful walking between these two between these fights. So I'm switching to day because you get more encounters at night. This guy pretty much can't hurt me unless I get unlucky. I never taught the lightning ability, so I'm relying on elemental barrage to hit that lightning
That's
weakness.
unlucky.
It is.
The villager is suffering.
Me too.
So are we, yeah.
He actually got a turn because that took too long.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, basically, I think story-wise, I'm trying to remember, like, basically Harvey has been up to really no good, and a lot of these villagers have been possessed after carrying these crystals.
Yeah, he's been using the Book of Demons.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, has the exact same health as the first guy, and so the strat will be the same. So, guards. Guards also hit with staff damage, so it will take out his shields because he's weak to staff.
Yeah, yeah. Veterans, I think, deal like a random combination of sword and spear damage.
It's all 6 weapons.
All 6 weapons.
Randomly. This woman right here is weak to all 3 elemental barrage elements.
よし
So just break, and she has 4,000 health, so 1 L-stone will do. This last guy, I gotta be careful because he's kind of far away. All right, so you can kill this guy with beastlings, but I want to save money. So I'm gonna. How to do this again? Sorry, this is a new strat I just came up with, like the other day, to stop me from having to pick up even slower backup money. Ice M. And then crit. Sometimes, please. Yeah, he's fine.
That's 3 crits, yeah.
Yeah.
Something to note too, crits deal also 1.3 times.
I guess
damage.
25%. 25% more, I think. It does depend on what ability you use, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think Enervating Slash is infamous for having a bad crit multiplier from the warrior. Basically, loops over grows on trees. Okay, so I'm seriously still, I'm just still seriously penny pinching here. So I could defeat these encounters with beastlings in this dungeon. I want to walk a little bit actually, but I can't afford it. So I just have to hope I can get something that I can break easily, because you can run away for free if every enemy is broken, or just hope I can run away quickly. I can break this, but it's gonna take a while. It's Funny Revenant.
It's my favorite funny revenant.
Yeah, the comedian. What's their drip like?
L. I think I die here.
通常攻撃は
Oh,
もう
yeah,
何の
so
足しにも
it's
ならないですね。
definitely L-res.
Just did not have enough health there. I wasn't sure how much damage it would do because I wasn't looking at the screen and then damage numbers.
Yeah,
I
they're pretty easy to.
They were easy to break. I
Yeah.
just got cocky with how much damage I thought I could take. So there's one last money chest in here, and when I pick that up, I want to have 101,000. So hopefully I manage my money correctly. I just have to try to. I'd have to pray.
あ、逃がしてくれ。
I'm
And
not.
these birds also tend to inhibit the fence on the first turn.
逃がしてくれ。
When they start using attacks, it hurts.
Yeah, it turns out when your defense is lowered, you take more damage.
Because this zone's level
防御ダウン2回かけられてたもんやな。
really hard
一
to
発で
flee,
吹っ飛んだよ。
Yeah.
It typically takes about like 3 to 4 tries to flee.
You're guaranteed to run away on the 4th try, I think.
Yeah,
But it's a matter of surviving until then.
which most times, especially if there's multiple enemies, you're not living.
Okay, this guy.
It's a sword, right?
Yeah, all sword.
Yeah.
The mercs can do it.
And the really nice thing about Boost Art is here you would have 4 BP easily, and especially combined with a step
上がらせ
ahead.
だけしてとっとと逃げる。
Yeah, I can just defend and then just get max boost instantly, which is very balanced. I don't need to walk the entire way. I can run a little bit now. All right, just check my money right here.
You get money from the encounter.
Doesn't 101k include money from the encounter?
I don't think it does.
You can return home.
I might have to.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Dang.
I mean, at least for the second walk, like you do have an encounter, but you can just like run the whole way through.
I think I made a mistake. I should have just rolled it, but I mean the run can be unfinishable if I don't have enough money, so that's probably enough. All right, 101.
Yeah.
Now I have to try to run from 3 encounters, so that's cool. Wait, can I mug these guys still? No, I already mugged them. That's a fail.
Do you get an encounter when you have to run through here?
Yes.
Yeah, you could reset with mug though, right? Or
No,
not?
I mugged all of them already.
Oh, okay.
You guys are not weak to sword, right?
You have to be careful with even mercs too,
I do.
because
I should have enough, I think.
yeah,
I still have enough.
yeah. I think you have enough for 1 more mercs, like for the encounters in there.
This is the one. Oh.
Nope. Never. I'm also down. I'm down a flee attempt because I tried to mercs on the first turn. So that would have taken me until turn 5 if I want to guarantee. Anything else from the host?
Yeah, just like to mention that after this run, we have coming up a Crystallis any % glitchless run. And we have a couple of incentives coming up for that. For $750, you get to see the bonus cutscenes, and we are $399 into that, so just over halfway, but still some headway to make for that. And we also have a incentive for naming the hero. Currently have Lapis leading at $50, followed by No Link at $15, and Goose at $5. So that is entirely up in the air, and you can swing that very easily.
Didn't you sell the olives for an extra 2,000?
I could have. I just refreshing gem sold for more.
Yeah,
so.
should be good.
We save here.
Just gotta get out of 3 encounters.
Heart of the cards.
It's that simple. And we know they're not weak to sword.
They're weak to axe.
Axe. Okay. It's just like cringe chameleons from the first Octopath.
Nice.
Also,
Yeah,
really axe
we
weak.
were just letting the chameleons make a cameo.
All right. So like I never have to take an encounter on the screen, so I don't know the weaknesses as well as I do the ones in here. This one I should be able to full sprint because I got the chest already.
That's what you do in single story, right? You just full sprint this screen.
Yeah. Oh no, you still have to get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to get the money. I think
う
you
ー
get
ん
the ice
と、
now. This should be.
Oh,
I think I'm dead.
yeah. I think if you had gone first, maybe.
Yeah.
If you didn't get ambushed, yeah.
レベル差が
Yeah,
残
getting through
酷
this
や。
area is like really scary.
Let's top off actually. I think I'm missing HP.
You live by under 400 HP. That was the difference.
Maybe. This is not shield. It doesn't matter, I don't think. Or not, when I say shield, sword.
I think you generally have to try for it anyways, right? They don't do
Yeah.
that much damage.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Unless like they get multiple.
I cannot.
turns.
Also, obviously, I can't break 5 shields in 1 turn with anything.
Yeah.
Are you out of healing? Oh no.
I got
That's
healing.
fine. Okay.
あの雑魚の全部に傭兵、
Oh, that's true. That's true.
傭兵予備を使えるほど金があるわけではないから。
H or MP for the final boss.
Oh.
What,
Demo.
LP?
No.
今までよりも進めてる気がする。この様子。
I have to use barrage once.
うーん。
He's got a good amount.
Yeah.
逃がしてほしい逃がしてほしい
Ambush City.
Level 45 zone.
Not my lucky day.
Which Octopath 2 character do you think would be the most likely to say Urdet?
Well, we established it's Particio, right?
Partition.
But after Particio, I think we said it was Hikari.
Okay.
I think Particio would be the most likely. He's just there for memes.
I feel like Throné is pretty high up there.
I'm fine. This is fine.
よしよし。
Heal once, then defend. Why do I have 2 Great Bems? I mean, I'm not complaining.
You should be able to defend and tank this next attack, right? Yeah, there you go.
All right, I made it through Dusk Run.
おい
Just have to heal one more
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, I forgot healing is based on your magic defense, which you
Yeah.
you have to wear armor in most solos, so you heal quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, so this is Harvey.
早く書いてもさっきのでラスイチ
Fights。me, he sticks these 2 small golems on me. And it's pretty simple, just Soulstone and Beastlings. The Harvey fight itself is usually fine. If I get bad turn order, I can die. But because he spends a lot of his turns trying to sleep me, I'm pretty safe. And good, got the level up there.
うん、先が思いやられる。
Just like that one mug, Harvey is also weak to all 3 barrage elements, so he's weak to fire, ice, and thunder. So if I use elemental barrage, I'll guarantee take out 3 to 5 shields.
おでかいのが来たぞ。
I'm hoping it's not 3.
You gotta play the dialogue.
Nice.
The crowd has to hear Dio.
What dialogue?
Yes.
あ
Yes.
Harvey!
Harvey!
ほれー
Now here he's gonna charge up one true magic.
すっごいまがまがしい。
This can lead to now he's gonna charge up one true magic 2, which means when he comes out of break, he's gonna charge up one true magic 3. I'm only spec to survive one true magic 2. If I go last on the last turn, I might die. So we hope. All right, so last time this game was at limit break, we
Veteran
played the
soldier.
dialogue. We're gonna play it again because it's too good.
理屈に合わん魔の究極を前になぜ屈しないのだオズバルド
Shut up.
小安さんですかこの人。
魔の書よもっと力をよこせ私は全てを費やしたのだ君に勝つためにオズバルド
Yo, chill.
小安さん。
Harvey is voiced by Takahito Koyasu, who some of you might know as the Japanese voice of the poop emoji. Jam. All right, as long as I get the damage rolls, this is a win. He's in red health. This should die. All right.
We have to end that with the Harvey.
End it with the
Is that
Harvey.
3 for 3 Harveys?
Yeah, that's 3 for 3 Harvey.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
は
All
い
right, so I gotta do one last scrutinize, and then I think one cutscene skip, and time is on the Finn screen. So I'll call it out. And time.
はい。以上でございます。お疲れ様でした。
All right, thank you, RPG Limit Break for having me once again, and thanks to the donators for donating for Osvald. I kept it kind of quiet, but I did want Osvald to win this one, so I'm glad that I did. Any of you want to give any shout-outs?
Shoutouts to the Octopath community. Shoutouts to Anime Fan, Jack, and everyone else who worked on the solo routes. Huge contributors to the solo runs.
Yeah, Anime Fan routed a lot of solo runs and kind of
金
touched,
と同
retouched a
ア
lot
イ
of
テム
ones
に
that
物を言わせた。
you know had routes that were gathering dust.
お手本のような低レベル
I
進行。
don't think he ever did this one, but I did the bulk of the work on this one last year. But yeah, shout outs also to Zazu who worked on the Ochette one that could have won. Oh, and Sneaky Peek who also did a bunch of solos, including Throné and
Particio.
Particio did Particio as well.
Yeah, the solo community, the solo traveler speedrun community has, a portion of it has been rising quite a bit. It's really cool to see the routes pop up and improved on.
Yeah, there's a lot of creativity that goes into making these solos work out. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching and donating, and enjoy the next interview in Crystallis.
はい。以上、オクトパストラベラー2でございまし
Thank
た
you。so much for that amazing run, Bramhall.
一旦準備のため下がらせていただ
Just
き
heard,
ま
next
す。
up, we're going to have Crystallis, Any Percent Glitchless by the Axeman. I am not going to be joining you all for that run. My time as host is just about up here. So thank you all very much for having me. And I'm going to hand you all over to the very capable hands of Cece, who will be relieving me and will be taking you through the next run. So thanks very much, folks. I'll see you all later in the week.